you would think. Oh, look down there. Big crow getting leaves and branches for its nest. Ooh, what we're doing, hang on a sec. I could hear myself talking, that was bizarre. Challenging chick, how you doing? Trippy, long time no see, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, everybody, oh, it's only this way. And the clouds are gathering behind. Jamie, how are you doing? Kim, lovely to see you. Thanks for coming in. Just give you a wrench there. Feel free to check each other out, put links to your videos, your channels. Feel free. Nessie, how you doing, chick? It's bizarrely warm. Thanks, Gavin. Gavin's a great supporter. He's always around. If you like gaming, go over. Kelly, how's things this morning? If you had a report yet of what's going on. Iron Antler, thank you for coming in. It's not going to be long for Nessie. Wait till you see up here. We're going over the top. A statue that has connections to Queen Victoria, the Confederate Great Seal. What else? The IRA. There's another one. I can't quite remember what it is. There's 4 things. Zaxxon, how are you doing? Right, we're going off piste. God help my little legs. Going up over the bank. Kiss, how you doing, Joe? Joe's another great guy, very inventive. Good with his hands is Joe. Oh, hopefully. There's nothing worse than kids being sick and you don't know why. Oh, get in. Waterside, thank you for coming in. Let's give you your wrench as well. Thank you. Oh, my legs. This ground is so soft. ATL, good afternoon. Is it good afternoon? Or good morning for you? Joe, pretty much. My little legs are aching. Aching they are. Whew. It's warm, it's really warm. If you haven't met Trippy before, let's see if we can get him to his 1K. He's not far off. Trippy, drop your link if you want. How's things with you, Zaxxon? So it's morning for you. It's mad, we're all over the world, you know. We cover pretty much every single time zone. Cass, how you doing, chick? Love you. Nice one, Cass, thank you. Our Kaz could do with some healing thoughts. She's not too good at the minute. Bless her heart. But she was crowned Queen Kaz for the week. Ooh. Clash Outdoors, how you doing? Here's the statue. Now this is one of the Earls of Carlisle. He's wearing the Order of the Garter. The guy, Foley, the artist. Scott, how you doing? That designed this. He designed the Great Confederate Seal. Oh, UB, how you doing, UB? ATL, loads of people in the last couple of days have been making their own corned beef. I'm going to have to give it a go. There he is. And bizarrely, the Earl that exists now is his double. Hey, we've got another rainbow. That's 2 lives, 2 rainbows today. Just in the middle of the screen. Whoa. Jake, how you doing? Happy St. Patrick's Day. So here we go. He's the absolute double. Well, the current Earl, his father, is his absolute double. Erected by the people of Cumberland to commemorate the public services and personal worth of George William Frederick Howard, 7th Earl of Carlisle, born April 18th, 1802, died December 5th, 1864. I was going to say. Now there are 3 of these statues. Well, there was one in Ireland. Now he's a very controversial character. He was the first commander sent, sorry, I was looking at those flowers, to Ireland. And I think 1976 the IRA blew his statue up. There's also one based over at Castle Howard. Now, Naworth Castle is the poor relative, basically, of Castle Howard. The Howards and the Dacres. And it was the Dacres, Leonard Dacre, that tried to take the castle by force. And his mercenaries were slain. Daisy, how you doing, chick? The crows are all starting to nest. See the nest there? They fill these trees. How are you feeling, Scott? And then you've got a view into the town and out to sea. Oh, we've got good visibility today. I'll just zoom you in. So the back steeple in the centre of the screen is St Martin's. And that's got some really famous stone glass windows. We get a lot of visitors there. The front steeple is the Methodist Church, and this was the original town centre. You've got all the old sandstone buildings, and the town grew around it. And there's also a school. So you've got the Wales. Talca, how are you doing? Master, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Car Transformations, how are you doing? So over that way we have the northern part of Cumbria, which leads on to Scotland, and Scotland's actually on the horizon there. It is wild up there. There's nothing there but peat. The peat up there was farmed. You can see your bedroom window. The peat was farmed and used for fires. So there he is in the Order of the Garter. And the artist is S. Foley, I believe. No, J.H. Foley. There we go. Sculpted in London in 1869. And he designed the Great Seal of the Confederate States as well. It's a small world. Walt Disney was a visitor at Naworth Castle. I'm looking at those crows. They're busy building their nests. Nice knockers. But yeah, I was going to go and just film and post the flowers at the old cemetery this morning. But I had a good look around. There's no one normally live at that time. And Fluff has been busy, so she wasn't live. I would never go live on top of anybody that's already live. It's so disrespectful, but it was clear. So my plan has been to do possibly 2, 3 mornings a week, just a quick walk first thing in the morning like that. Just a short one. A little leg stretch and a little snapshot of places. Hiya Valentino, you okay? Alright, we are going into cow territory. Yeah, but this morning it was just totally impromptu and it was lovely up there. Really nice. My feet were soaking, absolutely soaking, and my trainers are on the radiator. You have the buzzards up here as well, which are the largest bird of prey here in this area. Yeah, it is, until you see what's coming. I'll be able to show you from the top. But yes, we're heading into cow territory. Oh joy. It is so warm, it's bizarre. It's gone from shady, how are you doing? It's gone from below freezing for days on end to, I think, 13 or 14 degrees today. You see this tree? If I had a long enough chainsaw, a coin off that, a nice thin coin off that would be beautiful, resined up and made into a table. Perfect size. It's about 5 foot wide, I'll say. How you doing, Adrian? Thanks for coming in. But I finally got my laptop back yesterday, so I could turn some of the Nightbot features off. You can still do drop, but it being naughty and hitting people without a spanner, then they're spamming when they're not. I finally got my laptop back so I could switch it off because I can't access Nightbot on my phone for some reason. So the sycamore tree, I love the bark on the sycamores, so pretty. And there on the dashboard was that leaderboard of everybody that comes in chat. I didn't realise it did that. Only Aircraft, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Ruby, how are you? Lovely to see you, Ruby. So I didn't even know it did that because I set it up and I didn't look at it again. But it's surprising the amount of comments that people have been making in lives. Wow, thank you so much. I meant to come up that way past the scary house. We'll maybe loop back and come back past the scary house. I'll just turn you away from this house. Hopefully it's moved the cattle. I can't remember if they were around last time. But now the grass is growing, it might be back, we'll see. Scott, are those antibiotics starting to kick in? This part of the path is so hard because it's just all sand. Shady, what you been up to out and out? Yeah, it's an old sandstone house. You know when you get that funny feel from somewhere? It stands back, it's in the trees, it's dark, and it's moody. And you expect a body with a candle stood at the window, glaring back at you. Yes, get in. Come back, little bird. Here, I have a long-tailed tit. This is one of my favourite birds. Tiny little bird. Come back, little bird. Where are you? Skipping further up. Tiny little birds with a ridiculously long tail. Size of a cotton wool ball. Thank you, little bird. Size of a cotton wool ball with a tail, so body about that big and a tail about that long. Grey with black tail that bobs away as they fly. And they're just in the back there. Come back, my little buddies. My favourite bird. They're travelling family groups. And considering they're one of the smallest birds, they are one of the noisiest. They're gorgeous. Yes, waterside, that's what we're all about. I'm not a sub channel, but everyone's got a spanner so you can check each other out. So feel free to visit everybody. Yeah, look at that weather coming in. I'm gonna get wet. Which way is it going? Oh no, I might not, it's going the other way. Yeah, I was on your channel this morning, Waterside. I've got a couple of your videos saved into my watch later list. I'll be playing those later on. That looks miserable. Over there is a town called Longtown, and they have an Arthur at church. It is theorised that King Arthur was there. That's another place we're going to visit as well. Oh my God, I'm red up. Do you know what, Shady? They've got a thing about me. They get the scary eyes on. They've got a great tit. It's the biggest of the tit family. UB, I love you. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you. And we have a flock of chaffinch, if they'll stay still. Stay still, little birdies. Another bird that has a pink chest. But these are a finch, they're a lot bigger, they're a lot more sturdy of a bird. Is that doing what I think it's doing? Oh, it's picking bugs. I thought we had bumped into mum and dad time. But it's not. It's not, is it? It could be, you know. I feel like we're intruding. That might be too, but oh no, it's not. It's picking at leaves. That's what it's doing. Looking for bark, through the bark for bugs. A lot of these smaller birds, it's spiders, insects. They're really handy. And for all I hate snakes. Zillerine, how you doing? Jonathan, thank you for coming in. How are you? Hikey TV, Digger, how are you doing? Oh, hang on, we're zoomed in. We've got flocks of birds all the way along going through the last of the beech nuts. And I can't see cows yet. We might be lucky. UB, you and Mrs. UB rock, you know that. Kay Stevenson was out this morning. It was lovely to see Kay Stevenson too. How's the world in Detroit? We might venture into the scary woods. Call it the scary woods because it's so dark. It's a pine wood at the edge of this one. And there's a lot of widowmakers. Every time I come up, the wind's howling through, but it's pretty still today. Considering we're on one of the highest points of the town, and you can almost see out to sea. You can always see to the Solway. You've got the wind farm there, and Scotland's just those hills behind it. Coffee walks and whatever. How are you doing? I could do with coffee, I tell you. David, nice to see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. I brought a drink with me. The evil sausage of misery. I've got something going on with the side of my face and it's making my mouth really, really dry. So I brought a drink. If you do, go on a trip north, film it. Please film it. Mark, how you doing, Mark? You see, the farmer catches me out and he leaves this open, which is a bit freaky. I have visions of cows coming launching through the gate. I don't think they're here. And over to our right, we have the moors that shout my name. Hopefully, weather permitting, we'll get up there. Look at that cloud. Those moors are about to get very, very, very wet. They have their own weather system up there. The bird files, Sue, I was talking about you earlier. All good, I promise. You see, these are fresh. So we have got cows. Where are they? All fresh hooves, damn it. Right, high alert. So today has been a day of rainbows. They don't look that big, the cows, do they? That's my foot. And that's a cow hoof. Where are they? He's got his dairy herd down in the bottom. Look at all of them. Dirt Road, how you doing, chick? Dirt Road, I love your turkeys. They make me smile. You don't know Dirt Road, go across. And the goats. I love goats. Love them. Got birds flying up all over. There's a lot of chaffinches sat in there. Don't make a lie out of me, fly you lot. There we go, they're all flying up. A lot of them are. There's about 30 birds. Zilly Rain, lovely, lovely, lovely lady. Dirt Rose is one of those people who makes you smile. Lovely relationship she's got with her animals. Mutual respect. You can see you put the time in with your animals. They're so at peace with you. We're here one day when it was blowing a gale, and because this bank's quite high, we had a hawk in the air, but it was like eye height. See, fresh cow. I can't see them. They're not over this little hump, are they? Can't see them. Jonathan, how are you doing? Just look at that. That's my place. That's my happy place on that hill. And on the valley at the back. Love it. Just, you saw a car pull that way. There's actually a fish farm there. I might go one day. I'm wanting one of my things this year. And when I get my dad's fly tying stuff, we always fly fished. Always, well, we did, Dad didn't, he used spinners. But we used to tie our own flies, and we used to have competitions with each other, me and my brothers, about whose fly was the better one. And Dad had built a trout farm. We would be sorting out trays of trout eggs with a turkey baster, taking any bad eggs out. And we had a jetty out onto a little lake with them all. Fry TV, lovely to see it all graded. And some of them, I mean, they were like from fingerlings up, and it's about £8-9 or so. And if any of the bigger ones jumped the nets, we would go and fish them in. So I quite fancy that this summer. Look at the way the wind's blowing that cloud. Is that a cumulus? It's very high, that one. Right, let's get in this wood. I'm feeling pretty cow stay. But what stinks? Oh, the fish farm? No, not at all. it was over in Northumberland, we used to have the beck that ran off the little pond. We used to get sea trout running it. So we would be getting the sea trout and it was brilliant. But the fish farm was lots of fun. Vlog Dress, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Vlog Dress, another fantastic channel. Lovely people. Popsy, how you doing, Popsy? Why are you a doormat today, Popsy? What have I missed, Popsy? Now that tree is defying gravity. It's snapped in half. That's some walking the dog about 10 foot in the air. Okay, Popsy. Nice to see you though, Popsy. You gave us a giggle there. I know it doesn't sound like you're having a giggle, but hey. We actually had a stone wall here. But they planted all these beeches all the way along. Back in the day, they went on a mission planting beach. So up on the top there, you've got the peat mosses. Literally nothing. A few hill farmers, cattle and sheep, and then you're at Scotland. And that's Scotland just there. All the way on the horizon is Scotland. Popsy, I don't know. I was asking Energy the other day. I haven't seen her. I know that she was really, really busy with work. But she's been out a lot flying a drone and learning a drone as well, hasn't she? Shady, I love it. So you've got the Solway between us and the hills there. Underneath those clouds. To the back, behind us, those hills you can just see starting are the Lake District. Beyond that is the sea and you get Ireland. Nessie, Nessie, what you're saying? Do you know what? I would be freaked out if I saw a flash on those hills, you know. If you're ever going back down to Northeast, Nessie, you know, drop a message. I'll come meet you on the way. Because you'll be passing where I am. Like, you'll be passing, if you go to Newcastle, you'll pass the back of my back garden, literally. The lovely Daisy, a veritable ray of sunshine wherever she goes. Oh, the bugs and the woodpeckers have been having a go at that. That's a bit rotten. So, beech aren't a native species. They're all brought in. Ralph. You alright, Ralph? Ralph's that way. Just over those hills in the next valley. You'll see what I mean about the dark woods, the spooky woods, as we get down there. Very different feel to it. Look, them cattle have been having a party in there. Ooh, look at that. What's in there? Still can't see the cattle. You must have moved them. I nearly had a heart attack one day because where those trees are, you can walk along there. And I was contemplating doing it. But as I was looking over the top of the hill, how many cows are there? There's got to be at least 100. He was moving them along that path. I think my heart would have stopped. Absolutely stopped. There'll have been a lot of people in the last couple of 100 years walk this path. It looks like it was planted to be a path. Mark, do you know what? In my garden, I've got a shed and it looks like a matchbox with next door's tree standing over it, and it's only got branches on my side and I'm dreading it going. It'll totally flatten my garden. Oh, that's a nice seat. You all right, Kirsty? Cut a log about another foot. Get your chainsaw. Take a slice like that, and you've got a seat. You've got a garden seat that'll last for a long time. Easy made seats, rough and ready. But your carbon footprint a lot smaller than going and buying plastic. Vlogdry, so do I. It's my happy place. Are you Irish Dutch? It's so warm today. Gareth, my buddy. Gareth, there wasn't any cows yet. I shouldn't tempt fate, they're around. Look how that tree is completely rotten on that side. But the other side's fine. They seem to weld together, it's bizarre. Is that welded together? Yeah, it is. They grow together and then back. Kim, I did a DNA test. And Tennessee Sam, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I did my DNA. There's a piece of me in a freezer in Texas, which is a strange thing to think about. And I am more Scandinavian than I am British. My DNA is mainly from Norway and Sweden, followed by the United Kingdom, followed by a little sprinkle of Spain and Portugal, that southern part there, and Finland. So I am a true Viking. C&C, thank you so much for coming in. My pleasure. If I can catch you, I always will. Just sometimes you might have to shout at me. I'll have a seat on here for 5 and drink. It's making my mouth go really dry. And I've still not had this scan. Oh, someone's been feeding cornflakes to the birds. As you do. Let me get this drink out. And on the DNA testing site, loads of DNA links pop up. Okay, good. Oh, I hear a hawk. Buzzard. Come over here, big birdie. Yes, you've got moss and you've got lichen. This part's lichen. Different forms of lichen. You've got a black one and you've got that green one. Ooh, and locals writing their names and things on it. But you also have a lot of moss on them too. This area is ridiculously mossy. I did my heritage. They quite often have offers on. You do 2 samples. They keep one in the freezer should you want your medical tested at any point. And you get access to DNA relatives pop up. I had, the last time I looked, 7,000 or so blood relatives, or DNA relatives pop up on there. All over the world. One in Brazil. All over the world. So I quite fancied doing a family trip. You know, visit all these relatives and be a bit of a family reunion, cheap holiday, going to stay with them all. A lot in Norway and Sweden, a lot. Shelley, I love you. How you doing, chick? I've missed you. You okay? Right, dry mouth, be gone. You've been busy. Or someone's been busy. Oh no, they're very much alive. They're dairy by the look of it. I think this rain's going to miss me. I expected getting soaked, but I wasn't putting my big coat on because it's so warm. Don't even want this one on. And it's just a light. TG, how you doing, chick? Ooh, digger, that's interesting. I was really, really surprised at mine. Really surprised. Yeah, Norway, Sweden, then UK, mainly England, some Scotland. I'll have to dig out the assessment and I'll post it again. I'm good, Sam. How's you? Just pottering along. Okay, Monkey, how you doing? We're about to go in the dark in the scary woods down there, Gareth. I don't like it. You know when somewhere just gives you that, don't like you. That's one of them. Where's that hawk? It's close. I can't see it. Buzzards are like the size of a turkey when you see them on the ground. They are big birds. Let's have a look. It might be nesting in the scary woods actually. They tend to hatch off 2 chicks maybe. Often they just end up with 1. And they are very, very noisy when they've got the chicks in. That reminds me, I've got a video to upload. I was videoing yesterday the rain and bird singing shots. I just looked up because there was a Chinook coming over again, a pair of Chinooks that are doing drops. And here's one of the little crows hassling and attacking a sparrowhawk. I smell cow. I don't know if you can hear the squawk. Sparrowhawk's in there. Sparrowhawk. Buzzard. I think it's in the trees. Brown, cream, white birds with banding on the wings. I found one walking around my chicken pens, which put the fear of God into me, so the chickens didn't go out for a while. That surprised me. I didn't think they'd tackle the bigger chickens, but I do have Stumpy and Pingu, the lead cockerel, the little tiny mottled Peking black and white handful. And he's about the right size for them to take. So I wasn't taking any risks. Flock of pigeons. Monkey, I've got a couple. We tend to get the buzzards flying the thermals above us. They use the thermals to save energy and to get around. I think I've disturbed them. And you'll see them sat on the odd fence post. I've never seen one walk on, and they are massive when you see them on the ground and you get a true perspective. Way bigger than my chickens. They tend to take carrion, but they'll take rabbits. They've been known to have a go at lambs. So small chickens aren't out of the question. But they can't get in my pens. Shelley, how you doing, chick? Shelley's one of my longest and dearest friends. We go way back. An amazing lady. Right, I'm gonna get the courage up and go in it. No way. So, is that a regular raccoon thing? Will they break into coops and demolish all your birds? Here, it's most likely foxes. Foxes are the biggest coop killers. We had a fox break into a chicken pen and it killed everything, and a few of the birds were missing. Walking around, you'd think there were molehills, but they weren't. It was the fox burying the bodies to come back to. But if they have chicks, they'll have chicks. I'm thinking sparrowhawks. If they have their cubs, they'll bring them in to teach them to hunt. Right, Scary Woods, here we go. Growing up over in Northumberland, had a pheasant for the pheasant chick sparrow. Oh God, how far did I get in that? Because I was just nattering away to myself. The pheasants, they go out in the woods about 6 to 8 weeks old, depending on weather. We would put a pen out, went to feed it on the night time, and hundreds were dead. Sparrowhawk family brought the chicks in and they just butchered the lot. See, here we'll have the issue in here. All the hanging trees. Bye, Kirsty. Thank you so much for coming in, chick. So many hanging trees in here. Challenging Mike Humphreys that comes in. He's in the comments. He's got a raccoon dog called Spook. And that dog is amazing. He's really good. He goes into competitions with them as well. And look how they rock. All right, sweet dreams. Yeah, Jamie, anyone wants to drop the link, feel free. Or you've got a wrench, just go and check each other out. I'll do a link to Mike's channel. Lovely, lovely guy. He's got a few young dogs as well. PPR, nice to see you. How you doing? Salty, how you doing, Salty? Salty Rocks. See, I feel like I'm walking like that because all the trees are bent over. Yet again, we don't have much topsoil or in this area, so these have got really shallow roots. The shopkeeper, how you doing? Nice to see you. I've got hanging trees all over the place. Right, we're going to see if we see a buzzard nest. Oh, heck. Watch your feet, shows it. Because I think we might have one. Ah, there we go. We've got possibly got a buzzard nest right there. Although that's quite small, they're usually a lot bigger. Maybe not. Possible, it could just be building it. That's maybe about a foot across, I'd estimate. Shopkeeper, nice one. Shopkeeper, I didn't get a notification, I don't think. I've been down this way before. See, look how dark and area it is, don't like it. Salty, when you're at magnet fishing live again? I don't like this wood at all. We'll get a closer look at it, Monkey. I think it could be them starting a nest. Buzzards, the buzzards tend to nest in the same area, so we've got that one there, but we've got a bigger one there. So I'm wondering if we have. That's a big one, really big one. That is huge. Get a better picture of it. So this one is about, where are you? Where is it gone? There. That nest right at the centre there, it's about a foot deep. Easily a foot deep. So we've got a buzzard nest just there. There you go. Learn something new every day. We've also got another old one on there. Now there is a family that just spends all the time around here. All the time. Sean Wayne, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Sean. How's things? If I miss anybody, shout at me. Nice one. Salty Goes Live magnet fishing is brilliant. Nessie, that shows you how blooming cold it's been. It feels like shorts and t-shirt weather, to be honest. Oh, hey. Shall it absolutely bucketed down here for like 24 hours. Bucketed it down. Right, that's enough of that in there. I don't like it. We'll go and see the marker. There's a remembrance marker, a little installation at the top here that I didn't know was here. Oh, look, we've got a cross. Thanks, Shelley Chick. So the chat, when you're on a live on YouTube itself, the chat vanishes so quick and you miss stuff, and I hate being ignorant. Hawk. Right over us. See it there? That's the buzzard, and it's just tipping off down there. There you go. Sean, I saw you upload, and I haven't got a chance to get around to watching it yet. I will this afternoon. I need to sort out my watch later list. 1022, or is it 222 videos? I have watched a lot of it, but I forget to knock them off. Right above me. Stop still, you're making me dizzy. Yeah, I'm going to move out of the way because I'm disturbing the hawk. Oh, do you know what? I am addicted to hot cross runs at the minute. I'm going to make some of my own again this weekend with extra cinnamon and possibly blueberries. Shandy, Viewless, how you doing, Viewless? Thanks for coming in. What's the score with the cat? Have you found it? Local lady passed away, and There's been a marker put up over here for her. Beautiful spot with beautiful views. You have the TA come up here training, and there's a load of shallow dugouts. Oh, have you got it back? Did they come home viewless, or did you have to go looking for them? Hopefully they've started to realise that home's home, if you see what I mean. Ooh, people behind me. Let's go to this little art installation. View this, brilliant. That's the one thing that would scare me moving with the cats. You hear stories of them travelling tens or hundreds of miles to get back to the original home. How's things, Adrian? We'll go off piste and we'll go to the marker. What a lovely little art installation it is as well, remembrance one. Lovely carving. You get a lot more of the smaller birds here, so the robins, the finches, often they'll nest in all the deciduous trees. Still hear that hawk, I can see it. 19 miles in a wheel arch, never. Well, if that was the TA, it's not a great one, is it? I would say that's collapsed though. Gareth has got a premiere on Sunday. Really looking forward to it. Daisy, are you prepared to get behind the sofa? Are you driving this time? Because I think the sofa might be a bit busy from the look of it. That's a huge branch off. And look at all these beech nuts. Its ground's covered. Right, as my sense of direction's terrible, we're looking somewhere this way for a lump of stone. Look at the size of that branch. Daisy's driving, yes. Sweaty palms will begin, shallow breathing. Jonathan and his kids were used to collect the beech nuts and eat them. They're very milky, beech nuts, really milky. And we've got some more honeysuckle. You get a lot of honeysuckle in these woods. And we've got a big patch together with no honeysuckle. Over half there's a honeysuckle there. You tend to find patches of things growing like this when a mouse has had a little stash or a squirrel. TJ, thank you so much. Right, where is she? She's along here somewhere. She looks over the hills. I thought I was on the right spot. Am I? Yes, she's there. Jonathan, I love it. It's my happy place, nature. As long as I can hear the birds sing, I know the world's not too bad. So that just looks like a lump of stone. It's not. And you get round it. Look at the views out. Echo Danger, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Okay, Scott, nice one. So, sun behave on this side. You've got a little telltale from this side. As you move around it, you suddenly get all these carvings. So we've got the shells again. We get a lot of those here. We have Lorna Greaves, 2011, and a tribute. It says above it. So you've got the shells. On this side, you've got a deer. Some more shells. Some more really pretty carving. It's a really nice monument. Hi, how you doing? How's Okinawa? So pretty. Daisy, the shallow breathing will begin. The sweaty palms, the winsome. For 5 months. Is that cat a boy or a girl, Viewless? Oh, Shandy, yes. They look amazing. Oh, Kim, that sounds absolutely beautiful. My kind of heaven. So there you've got a monument. Bad idea, lab. How you doing? So I'm 5'8", so this is about 6 foot tall. See, Viewless, that's unusual because it's normally the boys, isn't it? Although, we're friends down the bottom of the hill from here. I've got a cat, a lady, called Lily, as in Lily Savage, because she's a bit savage. She's not a people cat. And she will go missing for months and months at a time. Show up as fat as a bull. She's been up here eating rabbits, and she goes home, rests for a couple of weeks, basically sleeps, and then she takes off again. But yeah, she's called Lily, as in Lily Savage. No one dare stroke her that doesn't know her. How's things? Bad idea, love. Oh, and then she would go to the neighbour's house. That's it, the old lady that lived next door. She would go visit the lady next door. Very squeaky tree. Oh, Kim, you had bison. Oh my God. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful animals. That would put me in the field. Can you imagine? I'm bad enough with cows. Can you imagine me in a field with a bison? Nope. Marie, how you doing, chick? We're out wandering. How many bison did you have, Kim? Do you know what? My gran had a cat, a big white cat called Aki, growing up. And she would have a shopping trolley, you know, the big shopping bag on wheels. And if she had her purse in that bag, Aki the cat would sit in that bag, and if anyone went near it, Aki would launch out the bag I'm going to take a chunk out of you. Emsy, how you doing, Emsy? Thank you for coming in. We were all terrified of that cat. He was a monster. My gran, she went into almost like a cliff edge dementia. She went into sudden decline. Constant water infections, not herself. And we found out that she had dementia. Oh, Jonathan, that is so cool. I would love to go somewhere like that as long as there's pens. I'm spot on. So yeah, she went rapidly into dementia. My gran was as fierce as that cat. As kids growing up, we always said, God help any home that gets my gran. Forced to be reckoned with was my gran. And with all the urine infections, she refused to look after her diabetes. They decided to put her in respite care in a home to get her sorted. Kiak, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Ostriches are nearly hatched out. What did they nearly hatch out? Was it an ostrich? I think so. And she went into this home for respite care so they could get on top of everything. On her meds, the dementia, the urine infections, diabetes. And my gran, I've never heard of it before. I worked for a lot of years in care. Daughter works in care. She got a hold of a walking stick. She didn't want to be there. She wanted to be home. She attacked 2 members of staff. She potted 2 windows. She broke 2 windows out with a walking stick. And she had to be escorted out by the police. Adrian, how you doing? Jonathan, I would love that. So they took my gran, the police escorted my gran from the care respite home to, she was in a locked psychiatric ward. Again, better care, keep her in one place, get her medication sorted. She escaped and she took a few people out of the psychiatric ward with her. They had police and they had fire searching for them. And then there was my gran taking everyone for a walk around the hospital gardens. Oh, only my gran. And even though, this is why we're talking about dementia, even though a dementia came over so quick and so rapidly, she still remembered that cat and she would talk about him. She remembered his name. But yeah, after that, they sorted the meds out. They got her controlled. The urine infections that send people loopy, the diabetes. Oh God, it was about to land there. Right, I'll be quiet, it's going back. Right up there. It's not happy. But there's only one. Where's the other one? That's the hen sitting on legs, maybe. Very noisy birds. No, she didn't get charged. UK, how you doing, Daisy? How you doing, Daisy? Thank you for coming in. They got her meds, they got on top of it, Shandy, and she calmed right down. But it was just that rapid of an onset. She was all over the place. And because she wouldn't control the sugars, she never ever tried to control the sugars. She was just all over the place. But obviously she couldn't go home, she couldn't manage by herself from that point on. But she settled right down. Kim, they always seem really placid. For all they're enormous and they're going to hurt if they took you the wrong way. brilliant. There's a guy I watch on here, and his brother-in-law, he's got a bison farm. He started one up not long ago. Such majestic. For Adrian, for all, we're just on the edge of the town. It is such a rural area. The town has always been a market town, and it serviced the local farmers and regular farmers market. We still have a farmers market today. There's a farmer brings unpasteurised milk. Now, you're not allowed to sell it as drinking milk. It's got to be pasteurised by law. But he labels it for cooking. Nicest milk ever. You get farmers bringing their lamb, their beef, their pig, their pork. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't been on UK's, or if you have, double check to see if you click the bell and look out for his lies. It's just a food law to stop people. What is it you can get from milk? Salmonella? Is it salmonella? So all milk produce has to be pasteurised. It's basically to heat it up really quick and cool it really quick. But milk straight from the cow, you just can't beat it. Can't beat it. Why, thank you for coming in. Walking's my thing. I think the other day, when we did the lake, and then we did the marsh in the woodland, I think we did about 10 miles that day. Beth, I love you. Beth, a very talented lady. Kim, thank you so much for being in. Really interesting that about the bison. Really interesting. Nice one, Kim. Thank you for coming in. I mean, bison are enormous. The family that I watch, a homesteading family, the brother-in-law set up his own bison farm and they all got out. I think my heart would stop, my pants would be so brown if damn it. Gareth, it's your fault, Jerry. See, I wasn't wrong. Hopefully this is them all, because our gateway's down there. See, I was right, hang on. I'm going to prove something, if it'll be nice. Nice cow, giving me the wild eye. Pretty cow, nice cow. Look what I've got, nice cow. What's this little cow? Do you want it? Look, nice grass. Fence. Cow. Shaz, see, they're giving me the eye. Squinting at me. Do you want it? Well, that was rude. It's tempted, look. Am I what? I'm not riding no cow, thank you very much. Have we got any longer grass that I can dangle over and not get too close? Cow butt. Hey, pretty cows, that stinks, silage stinks to high heaven. Do you want it, little cow? Look at that one. See? Wild eye. This is the issue. See how it's eyeballing us? How many have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all young'uns, and she's got a milk factory. We won't have a bull in here, will we? Will we? I am being awfully brave because I've got a fence. The only issue is, we're in the field in a little bit. Look at it. You were being ignorant. Yeah, you can sniff all you want. Little cows, there you go. Do you want it now? Right, well, I should be leaving because they're eating. Oh, hello, little mouse. They're eating, which means they'll have a full belly and they'll want to sleep. So I can get down here and get out of their field before they come looking. Ooh, just got hit in the mouth by a blob of rain. Hear me running, there'll be some blue air, I'm telling you that. Damn it. Oh, I thought one was coming, it's not. Yeah. Keep your tails this way, thank you very much. Rock and roll. Ooh, people. You alright? Frighty, it's a beautiful place. Oh, the trees are budding. It won't be long till the trees are all green. I've just got a fear of cows from in the field. And we're about to enter the field, so I'm marching along to get through while they're still eating and there. There we go. Buddy, how you doing? We just had a close encounter of the bovine kind, but through a fence. Only issue is I'm going in the field, so I'm getting a bit of a canter on. If those dogs scare that cattle and they come this way, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. Escape the cows. Nessie, thank you so much for coming in, chick, you're a star. Beth, I would be a Linford Christie. I reckon I could do the 100 metres quicker than Christie if there's a car behind us. Keogh, thank you very much. Yeti, how are you doing? I keep looking over my shoulder looking for cows. Right, the woman with the dog that was grinning at me because she heard me talking to you lot is coming behind us with the dog. Bacon, how are you doing, Bacon? Oh, do you know what? They put the fear of God into me. I don't mind them through a fence. It's when I'm face to face. I was up on the top of the moors, the hills I was showing before, middle of nowhere, and I walked around a corner, and the farmer had some stone-walled fields, and they're all open, all interlinked. And I looked, and there was a cow stuck her head up, looking at me. I looked over my shoulder the other way, and here's 3 or 4 calves sat on my other side. So I was in between mummy and baby. Well, she started towards me. That was me. I was off. D. Johns, how you doing? It's like I'm claustrophobic. So where Abandoned and Forgotten Wales goes, terrorises the living crapper out of me. Absolutely terrifies me. Someone else scream. God, are they coming? No, they're not. We're safe. I'm worried there's a bull now. The place places he goes, some places that tight of a squeeze, he has to take his hard hat off to get through because there's not enough room for it. And, oh my God. If I woke, he'd have to apply me with lots of vodka or do a Mr. T and knock me out, give me an injection or something. If I woke up down one of those mines, I will beat him all the way up on one of those ropes. That rope will be burning behind me. I guarantee I'll be setting world records climbing those ropes. You've got those hooves that are rock hard, holding up a couple of tons in some cases. They've got heads as strong as iron, and they can run at 30 miles an hour. Am I what? Taking a risk of getting chased by a car? What that was? It's a crow. Ooh. Happy family time crows. Balance beam. So not a chance in hell. Yeti, have you got anything on this weekend? That's out to sea, that side. And you've got Pennines, the other. There you go. Right. Yeti, thank you so much for being in. I get lost all the time. So yeah, you've got Scotland on the horizon, hidden by clouds. That way's Nessie. How's things, Alice? And this weekend, I am making champions pancakes. I've got the honey and the fruit ready to go. Job's a good one. Keep feeling the odd spot of rain coming. And then you've got my moors, the Pennines, the northern tip of the Pennines. The spine of northern England over that way. There, my very first time up the moors, there's a really nice river that I wanted to go to, and I hadn't been there for such a long time. Oh, nice coffee. I wanted to take you to that, but it looked like the path had been closed on one side. I passed a local with a Labrador. His face is etched in my memory. And I asked him which way to go to get down to where I wanted to be. And he said, carry on going uphill. You'll have a right turn and it'll take you back down into the valley. So I followed his directions. 5 miles vertically up a hill. There was no right turn. Had I seen the Dartmoor ponies that were in a field on one side, I would have borrowed one to get back home. I was done that day. That was a grueler. So next time, cow, I'll thank him for his fantastic directions next time I see him. It's the live... No, it's not live. It's a premiere Riverwalk Gone Wrong, I think it was called. DJ Fruit Loops, how you doing? We have a ménage à trois. Have the spooky house coming. Gareth, I would be terrified of getting lost actually down in those mines. So, spooky house is coming. I'm back, hopefully. So this is World War II munition shelter. It's about the only one here. It wouldn't let me in, I had to close down and then come back. Not much left of it now, but an old munition shelter. Nice one, Jamie, you're a star. So we've got Spooky House on our right. It sits back and it is just, oh. Hello, we have a stork. Big stork, we have 2 storks. Sorry, herons. 2 herons. Right, onwards. On our right hand side we have the spooky house. Sat back from the road and you'll see what I mean about spooky. It sits back on here. See what I mean? It's just creepy. Really creepy house. Oh, speaking of which, Beth, I forgot to tell you, grandchild number 2 is on the way. My son's hands are going to be full. First grandchild will be 1 at the start of September, and grandchild number 2 end of September. Right. We're just ambling along. I'm not filming anything dodgy. So this one I think is a girl. This one is really, really leggy on the first scan. Yes, spooky house. And you've got some old miners' cottages. Not as yet, we don't know yet. Yankee Kyle, how you doing? There's a bunker the other side of the town. Evie, how are you doing? Miss Canadian Scrapper, how are you? These houses were built in the 1920s. It was primarily for old miners, retired miners, but they opened them up to the wider public. How you doing, Crubby? See what I mean about that house being spooky? That one there was an inn, and that was the coach house to the inn on that side. It's now a house. It was a pub years gone by, and it's a house now, it's residential. Nice one, Scott. And then we've got some more miners' cottages. I haven't actually got a date on them, but they're quite large. Again, so are these ones. Now the town started a community garden. You can go and volunteer to help out, look after the crops, and they're given to the elderly or anyone in need in the town. All donated away. We'll go for a walk through there next to the garden. It used to be a little field with donkeys in it, but now it's this brick garden. Let's go down. If I can get across the road, it's a bit busy. Right, we'll just get over. And this is called Lover's Lane. The community garden's grown loads in the last few years. Burnaby, how are you doing? thank you for coming in. So I'll give you a wrench and check everybody out. Dagmar, how are you doing? So you've got some fruit bushes at this side, crops of onions. Oh, we've got some sprouts still there. It's growing loads. We'll have a lot of beans that they grow on this side. Oh, we've still got some onions in. We've got a few sets of onions there. We've got a herb garden next to it. Just a lovely place, and it's nice that it gets donated to those that need it. Behind it you have the TA training area. Hey, we've got a patch of crocuses, my favourite flowers. Crypt Keeper, how are you doing, Crypt Keeper? Lovely to see you. If you don't know Crypt Keeper, go check them out. You've got a wrench crypt. How's things? It's actually quite a big area. Nice one, Beth. Thank you, chick. A public park. Keep the camera on this side because there are kids in the children's park here. There's also a stone seating area. That's huge. I know, Crypt, the time difference sucks. I miss so much. When I get up in the morning, I've got over like 300 notifications. By the end of this live, I'll have about 100 notifications. It's mad. I try and keep up as much as I can, and sometimes it's just impossible. Dagmar, yes, spring is starting to appear. Now, this lady that donated this, it would have been a lot of money back in the day. Very thoughtful though. All they've got to do is replace the wood when the wood rots. It's a local sandstone. And a remembrance bench, it's huge. In remembrance of Elizabeth. Oh, let's have a look. That is one. So, in memory of Elizabeth Murray. This is actually called Murray Park. 1894. Joy in the continually, I think that says. But the way it's built, it was made to last. 1894. And they just change these plinths every now and again. Dubious baggies under there. Where's the bin? Do I really want to touch the baggie? Hang on. We'll get rid of that. Nothing in it, but still, there's kids around. And the some of this park is full. Get off your throne. Look at the size of that carrion crow. They're the biggest crows around here. They're enormous. I've got a pair hanging around the garden. And in the really tall hedge, they go around all the blackbird nests. Beheading little chicks. Oh, was it you, was it? Mr. Crow. And I've seen them, I've never seen it before, them dive bombing pigeons. It's a big one, it's collecting worms. It's a big one. They're normally in pairs. I'm not sure if the carrions mate for life. But they do like the chicks, and they will take birds in flight. We actually as well have a river, well, a beck, runs through the town. It's actually underground through there. Burnaby, it's a lovely, quiet little place. Challenging, thank you so much for being in. Really, really, really appreciate it. And again, you've got some of the old sandstone buildings where they've got solar panels on the roofs. Big Tim, how you doing? Tim's a lovely guy. If you don't know challenging, go and pull a table up at a chair. Something's clobbered a pigeon. I guarantee there'll be something on Challenger's channel that you want to try. I want to try everything. Now, back in the day, the town was just a few sandstone streets like this. You've still got the cobbles at this end of the town as well as the town centre. You've got a cobbled road up there with some mansions, Victorian mansions, believe it or not. Yes, and so do owls. Some owl breeds tend to. My pet of owls, the female, went missing. And he called and called and called and called all winter, from waking up at dusk until daylight. But all of a sudden, there's a girl. I've got a girl calling, so we're going to have some tawny owl chicks. And again, that's been tarmacked over to a point, but you've got the old Victorian cobbles further up. Stand the test of time too. And we have the old Methodist church. The original school, primary school, is up this little side street. They actually sold it off not long after its 100th anniversary and moved it to a new site just on the field behind it. It used to put the fear of God into me, the kids running down this steep hill out onto this big busy road. Tim, you're a star, thank you. So you've got the Methodist church there. Beth, I love you. Thank you. Give Beatrice a hug from me. Made with local sandstone. Lovely little tower to it. It's a little steeple. It's cross on top. Really pretty church. It's actually quite modern inside. So that is me, people. I'm going to have to do a shoot. It's school time for me too. So thank you very, very... Tim, I'll take you into the other church, the St Martin's Church. It's got some famous stained glass windows. But thank you all for keeping me company. I'll see you all over the weekend. And I'll catch you live next week. So thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye now.